things that took me to the pediatrician. You see, when you're an incoming mom, this thing is gonna happen to you. So just let me prepare your mind, because you're going to be running to the doctor for a whole lot of funny things that these humans do. So I'm going to tell you some of the things that took me to the pediatrician that didn't make sense at all. Number one, dancing while eating. So I went to the doctor one day. I took my baby and I said, "Oh, sir, I feel like my baby's tummy hurts him when he eats." And he's like, "How so?" I was like, "For every single time he's eating, he's just, moving his hands or moving his legs. And I feel like his tummy is hurting him, And the doctor just looked at me and he laughed. And you can imagine my frustration, because I was like really serious about this thing. And then the doctor just said, "He's just playing." Playing how? Because I was like, I feel like every single time he's eating, he's like, writhing in pain. Like, this is really serious for me. And doctor just told me he's just a very playful child. And I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I decided to take his word for it. And guess what? 11 months after, my baby has never stayed still whenever he's eating his meal. He's just constantly moving. In fact, right now, because he can move around, he takes his spoon and then he's running all over the place. He has been like that since he was born. It was a very funny thing that took me to the doctors. Number two, my baby's head shape. So initially, I didn't know. I mean, nobody told me that when a baby is sleeping, you're supposed to turn them, like make sure they're not sleeping in a particular way. Now, I didn't know this thing. And then I didn't even notice my baby was constantly in a particular position. I think when it was about 3 months, that was when I noticed he's constantly laying on his right side, and not even just laying on his right side. So even when you're trying to call his attention to the left, he's constantly just looking at the right. And it became very concerning for me, because I'm like, why is his neck just constantly to the right? And yes, us now, we'll start asking Google, and then Google is talking about head asymmetry and all of that. And then I noticed that my baby's head was somehow tilting to the right, It was very concerning for me. So I picked him up, I rushed to the hospital, and I got there. I told the doctor, my baby's head is moving to the right. And he's constantly just looking at his right side, like maybe his neck is hurting him. And the Japanese doctor, my pediatrician, is very funny. So he's an older man and he has very funny mannerisms. And he's just like, "Daijobu, daijobu. There's nothing wrong with his head." And I kept insisting, no, his head is facing one corner, And then he told me it's going to eventually align. By the time it starts to turn on his side, he's going to align. But it was very hard to believe, because I'd read about, babies who need to wear helmets to have their heads, corrected. And so I had gone there expecting, they were going to recommend a helmet for my baby. And they just said, it's going to correct itself, So I chose to trust the doctor. And somehow I just noticed by the time it started turning, the head, just started to align. And then the whole constantly looking in one direction, he just basically corrected his head all by himself, But I'm saying it now is funny, but as at that time, trust me, you're a new mom, you don't know anything. It can be very I was so scared, oh my God, I've ruined my baby's head and all that. Yes. Number 3 thing that took me to the pediatrician was grunting noises. If you don't know, newborns, they make funny sounds. They will be grunting like pigs and they are asleep. I'm not even joking, it's a pig grunt. They make all kind of funny nasal and throatal sounds. And it was concerning for me, because I felt, maybe something was blocking his nostrils. He wasn't breathing well and all that. And as usual, yes, I bundled him, rushed him to the pediatrician, and I said, I think maybe my baby's nasals, there's something wrong. Maybe he's not breathing well and all of that. They checked his airways. He was getting 100% oxygen. And the doctor just told me there's nothing wrong with him. Babies make funny sounds when they sleep. And it took almost at least 3 months, before he started outgrowing the funny sounds. Even my husband was a bit concerned. He was like, why is he making funny sounds like that? But apparently it's something that babies do. Yes. And lastly, rashes. Apparently rashes are pretty common in newborns, but I was constantly rushing to the pediatrician for rashes and all, and they just said, babies have these things, have breakouts on their faces and all that. And apparently he outgrew those things. So please share with me, what were the funny things that took you to the hospital as a new mom? Share with me in the comment section. And till next time, stay blessed.